Hello, I'm Marcelo Arellano and I will be reinventing the wheel, quite literally. So I will try to adapt the methodology of the QFD to bikes. Before anything, we have to understand that bikes are a product that is used by many. There's a lot of reasons of why people use bikes, and there's a broad category of people who use them. We have children, we have elderly people, we have households, we have many things. So I try to put things down a customer matrix to analyze the first segments that have the ones and most important parts. Here we can see we have everything ranging from sport cyclists to cycling enthusiasts, big ragers, and more importantly, households, which are the specific segment I will be talking about because I believe it's one of the most broad, most accessible, and there's a lot of room for improvement whenever we are dealing with this kind of customer. So, how do we increase perceived value on households? Before anything, we have to understand that they value bicycles because they serve as a recreational activity or as an easy transport. However, they would like to cut costs whenever possible. They don't really care much about the loyalty of the brand as they do about the actual product. What does this mean? Well, they essentially behave as a mercenary. They can make purchases often, but there's a simulation of satisfaction whenever they are buying. Given they cannot change models as much, they do like a lot whenever they have a good product. In this sense, they behave similar to sport cyclists, but of course prefer less speeding functions and more things that accustom themselves to the urban life of cycling. So here's the product improve, the Veneto City mailing that we'll be talking about on how to improve for its usages on the urban cities. So before anything, we have to understand the voice of the customer. To actually prove this methodology, I had to interview several members of the household segment that regularly use bicycles, be it for transport or be it for a recreational activity. This also serves as validation of the previous points and to explore options based around their opinion. I try to have a broad range of options, given that I interview people from both genders and from several age ranges, so that we have more options. All the interviews can be found in the drive folder that I am listing here, in case you want to see the full-length explanation of everything in here. So I was able to determine this empathy map about the field those say and things, where most of the primary things appear as being something as enjoying a active place life, and that there are many options that could be made and could perform in other parts. Out of this, I identified these primary customer needs for this specific segment. We have the easiness to drive and sit in community, and high durability and terrain resistance as the main priorities they have. But of course, there's also safety measures and components, foldability, days of transportation, responsive maneuverability, and good driving, other additional amenities or accessories, and of course the price and quality and accessibility. So everything here is down the quality function diagram. Here we have low capacity and low maintenance, easy to store, easy to repair, lights and luxury, and everything like that as a functional requirement, while the things that I previously listed as the insights are the customer requirements. In here we can see several important parts about the relationship of things. For example, low maintenance also means being easy to store and easy to repair. And of course, this is a strong relationship that we want to improve in this desired direction of improvement. But of course, there are certain drawbacks, like having carry capacity being something counterfeit to easy to store. Same, the more lights and luxury accessories that we add, the harder it is to repair. So we have to keep in mind these things. By priorities, they rank that being easy to repair and having low maintenance are the first and foremost priorities for the customers of this segment, especially because it means having something easy to drive and also having commodity while it's being high durable. On the weighted score, high durable and resistance is of course one of the most important parts. So, how do we break down everything? Well, for value creation strategies, I thought about those 2 points. We have things to increase satisfaction, being recruiting a version of the saddle that's smooth, firm, flexible, and adaptable to the body type. The saddle has barely changed at all in bikes, and it's a very important part whenever you are driving. Also, we can increase the durability of the wheels by changing the friction design on having a smoother surface, and things whenever do damage, we can add modular replacement so it's easier to maintain and fix broken parts if they do come in contact. To increase loyalty, however, we can add a loyalty program that allows for discounts on body luxury and bike accessories such as lights, reflective pedals, and metallic wrapping, because luxury and accessibility is something also important. And not just that, it also increases safety whenever driving in the city because you are now much more visible to cars, and of course that's going to increase loyalty as there are no other brands doing the same thing. The last part is creating an innovation that can apply these points of satisfaction with a new twist that bikes haven't explored. And for this, I have the perfect proposition. Biomimicry on the urban ride. What's biomimicry? Well, just imitating nature to adapt to the different parts that we can apply to bikes. We can have smoother bikes by following the ripples on a wheel so that it kind of drips just like water, and it's also much more smoother and easier to maneuver whenever driving. Of course, the saddle can also be adjusted to have some design similar to the stems and leaves of plants, so that we use more pore, less material, and it's much more flexible and adaptable to the body type of each people that's using it. So this has been it. Thank you for attention, and I hope you enjoyed the innovation that I made on the Urban Ride 2.0.